I think that the most important thing that'll help with bettering the assessment or interviews would be having a child that knows you or is comfortable with you. In my case, I already knew Moana, who is the 5 year old that I did my ages and stages questionnaire on. Since she already knew me, she was comfortable with me being in her home. She didn't seem to be shy or nervous of the fact that I was there. So I think doing the ASQ on a child that is comfortable with you would be very important. But I also understand that it's not always possible. If you have to do an ASQ on a child that you're just barely going to meet with, you don't have much time to build rapport and have that child be comfortable with you. I think that when doing it with a child that doesn't know you, the child could be shy or not feel comfortable doing the task that you ask him or her to do, and that could cause the child to get lower scores than he would if the ASQ was done with someone that he or she already knows. Another important thing would be to assure that the kiddo knows exactly what you're asking. In my case, I had to ask Moana to trace a line. And then when she was going to do it, she just drew a line underneath the line that she had to trace. So I had to teach her what it was like to trace because she didn't know. So moving forward, I need to assure that the kiddo knows what it is that I'm asking for him or her to do. All right, and then, all right, another one is that her mom and I were very enthusiastic with her, and we kept praising her as she kept doing a lot of the tasks and answering the questions. I think that made it fun for her and for us as well. Like when she had to skip, we were like, all right, come on, let's see if you can do this. Or when she had to hop, we kept like cheering her on, and she just kept smiling the whole time, and then we'd all high five afterwards. I think that greatly helped. It kept her encouraged and focused on answering all my questions and doing the tasks that I asked her to do. I do think that the ASQ is a good tool to use with populations in the Southwest as well as everywhere else. I didn't see the questions as only pertaining to children in certain regions. I feel like it was very universal in regards to them and the milestones they would choose. Like, for example, if one of my questions, Moana, she had to draw a picture of a boy or a girl, and she chose to draw a girl, and this was hers. And I think that this is something that any 5 year old, if he or she is hitting the developmental milestones, should be able to draw, whether it's in the east, the south, west, or north. I don't think that would be much of a difference. I definitely enjoyed doing the ASQ. I think it was a really beneficial experience for me. It was the first time that I had to do an ASQ, so the first time reading the questions and then having to assess a kiddo. I did not know what to expect. Like, I didn't know it would be divided into the 5 categories of communication, fine motor skills, gross motor skills, problem solving, and personal social. So that was new for me, but I liked how it was divided. The experience the way I did mine is I didn't stick with every heading. Like, I did not do all the communication questions first and fine motor skill and gross motor skill. I would mix it up. Like, if I had to ask 2 or 3 questions or have her like write something, then I would have her do a physical activity afterwards, such as the hopping or the standing on one leg or skipping. I would just try to mix it up so she wasn't bored while doing while answering my questions. So I greatly enjoyed that. So it was really great to be able to assess a kiddo on whether or not he or she is meeting the developmental milestones.